You really believe like you're that
You
for
really
so long?
believe you're that person.
Yeah.
I think I really believed I was who I was for Free Black, like the hair and everything. I had the free form dreads and I didn't make eye contact. I performed looking down at the ground. It was like this whole thing that one day I just looked up and was just like, cut your hair, bro. And not because like your hair can absolutely be your strength, but for me, I was like, you're hiding, like you're truly, truly hiding, and it's like, there's a ceiling on like what you can do right now, on the way that you move on stage, the attention that you're giving people. Like there's a limit on it right now, and the only way that we can figure out what's next is you just got to start over. So, the first time that I cut my hair, I was running across the stage my next show, and I had never moved in that way before. But it was like you got nothing to hide behind now. So now you have to truly entertain and truly connect and truly like look people. I got LASIK. I could see people for the first time. It was like a whole thing. I was like.
Hi guys, welcome back to Lani.All.Inclusive. So this is episode 6, so insane to me, or episode 7, I think it's 6, yes, because we just did 5, but I have a mic, I have a mic and I have the headphones. I don't know if I want to wear the headphones though, because I just don't know how I'm feeling about that. I don't know, once I start getting, I just don't know if I'm going to be one of those girlies that is wearing the headphones, but I'm gonna try because hearing myself is good for me. Like I like to be in control of everything, so I think it would probably work the same without the headphones, and I think I know that. But anyways, so hi guys, welcome back to Lani.All.Inclusive. In today's episode, Hi guys, welcome back to Lani.All.Inclusive. This is going to be episode 6. I can't believe that we are already on episode 6. It's kind of insane how fast time flies. I have a mic. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. And I did have the headphones on, but I took the headphones off. So hopefully everything is still going to work out fine. But yes, it is Monday, October 7th. I'm filming this today and I will have it uploaded hopefully by 12 a.m. If not 12 a.m., around 5 a.m. But my son is at school right now. And so I've been, trying to get the perfect timing to film. And I had to charge my camera. I had to do all of this stuff. So I'm finally sitting down to film. And in today's episode, I really want to be talking about, pursuing your goals and like achieving your dreams. Simply put, there's a lot of people in the world that criticize us for the creatives, in any form of work that you're doing. It doesn't have to just be like in the arts, but whatever you are passionate about, I know that you have experienced like the critiques and the haters and the people who are trying to bring you down, okay, and stop you from achieving and reaching that next level. But I am here because I am always here. And this is this is giving diversity on this channel, okay? And God works in inclusive ways. And that is my saying on this channel. Like, because obviously you guys know that I'm working on my own music and I've been doing music for a lot of years now. And I know I have a lot of my supporters. We're also inspiring artists. And, even if you're not in any of the arts, okay, but you have something that you're passionate about, I do believe that this will help you. And it's kind of all about the mindset and the perspective and the metaphors. But I was watching this interview with, what is his name? 6 Black. And he's so sweet. He sounds like a little nerd, but he sounds so cute and so sweet. I'm a nerd too, so I understand you. But he sounds so cute. And this one really just kind of hit home for me, as far as, because I was just listening to this today, like cleaning up and stuff. He was basically saying like how he knew that he had so much potential. He had all of this potential. He had all of the tools that he needed to become a very successful artist. And, you know, he had already made it. He had already signed a deal and he was already up there, you know, like really famous. Like a lot of people loved and are still loving his music. But at this time, I think that this was like a little bit earlier on in his career, but he said something about the dreads. And I think that it definitely was because he had like these dreads. And something else that I really want to talk about as well is, you know, just being a very confident artist and also being confident in just posting your work, focusing on the creative aspect. And I really talked about this in my last video, but like just focusing on creation. And I feel like, you know, all artists are inspiring to become the next big artist, right? Any form of art, like designer clothes, like whatever that you are designing and creating for yourself, whatever that art looks like. It's not about the mindset. Like you shouldn't have the mindset behind that, like, okay, this next album, this next song is going to be a hit, because if it's not, you're going to be let down. You can't be so focused on the next project and thinking that, you know, let's say you're working on fashion and you are a designer or an inspiring designer. You know, you can't be making every one of those thinking that this is it. And I know that we all do. We all do. Like we all think that about, you know, our art, and we put it out and we don't get the reaction, or it's just not what we thought, you know, and we kind of can get let down, and then that can kind of discourage us and be like, I'm never recording another song again, or I'm never going to share this with anyone else again, you know. It's not supposed to be like that. And I don't want anybody to be like offended or like mad at me by saying that. So I'm like trying to figure out how am I gonna, can't find the words, but like, yes, you should feel confident as an artist. You should feel confident about the work that you're putting out and the projects. And it's like, you know, somebody had to tell me this. I felt the same way. I'm like making each song perfect, thinking like, okay, this is the one. And it's more like that takes the fun out of being creative. So it's all about, you really want this to be fun and creative. Yes, all of your, like if you have a passion and you turn it into a job, it will feel like work. It turns into a job, you know, but if you truly have love for something, that love is never really going to fade away. You always enjoy it. You'll always get a tickle out of it, you know, like your job. And this is a very accurate for like song artists, but like people who like music, right? Like you find a song, you listen to it, you're obsessed with it, you play it over and over and over again until you basically suck the life out of it, or that's what I do anyways. And you go back and listen to it. You know, some old songs are nostalgic, they feel good. It's like it kind of gives you that same energy that you had when you first heard it. How you should want your passion in your job, if you are people who are mixing your passion with the job, you know, because mixing the passion with the job is kind of like fraternizing at the business. Is that even like the right word? But it's kind of like work love relationship, and we all know like those never work, but that's like how your passion feels. Like you're intimate with your passion, like it is very intimate and emotional to you. And so like when you kind and you know, I see this in a lot of artists, like when they sign a deal, you know, before they signed that deal, they had a lot of passion behind it. There was not a lot of pressure. But now it's like mixing the passion with the pressure, it gets very difficult, you know, like it's not sometimes feasible. Like the artist will literally feel so drained or wore out, or you know, and then you start feeling like low and dark and depressed and not motivated to even get up and go to the studio. But just in general, that is how your passion should feel. Okay, so yes, believe in yourself, but also do it because you simply love it, and everything else will fall into place. Everything else will come. You know, focus on God, and then everything else falls into place. Is the same thing. It's like really hone in on your gift, really practice, really, you know, take yourself serious. Build up that confidence if you don't got it. Yes, it's good to be passionate and, you know, believing in yourself and knowing that one day your songs will reach 10 million ears. That's kind of abusive, and it's kind of too much pressure on yourself and too stressful to be, putting out, be thinking that everything that you're doing and having that mindset, okay, doing all of this and then putting it out and then not getting, like, you cannot be having that mindset of thinking that everything that I'm going to do is going to be great and successful. Yes, it's good to believe in yourself and know that, but I'm saying, and I feel like I'm saying this over and over, but maybe you guys need to hear it, is to just create, okay? Create and put it out there. Do not have any expectations, because like that saying, like when you are, I don't know, going into work, or expect the worst and hope for the best. Okay. And this example can even be used in relationships. Go in expecting the worst. Okay. For those of you who have had horrible relationships and, horrible friendships, whatever the case is, it's like you prevent yourself kind of from a heartbreak, essentially, or, from being let down. Okay. You really got to expect the worst and hope for the best. And that's a good humbling place to be in. So yeah, basically, I really want you guys to just start. If you are a creative, if you guys are passionate about something, if you guys want to, open up a 5-star restaurant. I don't know. I don't have a lot of examples right now. Let me get better at this podcast shit and I'll be back. But whatever that you're focusing on right now and whatever that you want to achieve, you can achieve it. Like, I have been there. I have been there when I am thinking negative, when I am thinking, well, there's no point to put this out anyways, or there's no point to get up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym because of this and that. Like, there's no point for me to eat healthy or eat that salad today. Like, our brain, our mind will make these excuses up, right? But the human body actually is very powerful, and it actually is more capable than what most humans give it, right? Like, humans are so much more capable of things. Humans are way more capable of achieving their biggest and wildest dreams. Like, they're way more capable of achieving that than they realize. I feel like we as humans are more capable, and I feel like there is just a lot of comparison. Comparison really is the devil. You are beautiful yourself. You are talented in your own way. You have your own gifts. Everybody brings that niche. Everybody brings that niche that, nobody can put their finger on. Nobody can take from you. Everybody is their own individual selves. That you're doing, whatever that you want to put out, put it out there. Okay. Like, just go for it. Don't put it out there. Don't put it out there expecting for, it to blow up overnight, or for this restaurant to just be, packed every night, just as soon as you open it, or as soon as you put this out, or as soon as you start pursuing or doing something. Like, things are going to take time. Like, that's really not healthy. And it never really happens like that for anybody, to think like you're going to blow up overnight, or it's not going to be that hard for you. 9 times out of 10, most people, most celebrities, most artists, most actors, whoever, whatever that you're doing, like if you do real estate, you all start from the bottom. We all start from somewhere. Okay. So it all just, and this is what I was saying in the first episode, and this is what I was saying in the other episode, is like, you just have to start. That's all that matters. Like, put yourself forward, put the first foot in front of the other foot, and then switch them up. Do you need a tutorial? Because I can do that for you. I myself have just really been focusing on the creative aspect, and wow, it's really changing my mindset. I feel like it's changing my life, because I'm using this not just in my art, like in my music, or like what I'm doing for work. I'm doing it just in day-to-day life, dealing with day-to-day people, family, friends, Joe across the street. Okay. Like, I am not having expectations. I'm just living for today. I'm living in the moment, and but I am just learning to really accept me, and I'm on this journey of, resilience, and just keep building up my strength of persevering through any challenge. And I'm thinking about dropping an EP, because like I told you, I have had some songs I have been sitting on, and I really want to drop some singles first. And I am going to play like a little sneak peek. I'm super excited, so get ready for that, okay? Super excited. I made the cover art for it. I really like it. And I've been sitting on a lot of songs, and I feel like I'm just ready to release them because I wrote them, and maybe I'm harboring them, like harboring the feelings and emotions. I need to release them and let them out into the world and let everyone hear them and take the song and make it your own. Let them do that. And I just feel like I have songs that I'm ready to release now. So I'm getting my accounts back and everything to upload this music for you guys, and I'm going to play a little sneak peek at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. And I think that you guys are really going to like it. It's a song kind of like in my feelings and shit, but like I said, I need to let these out. I feel like it's a very accurate time in my life, and it was a very accurate time when I wrote it as well. But I feel like, when there is like a disturbance of the peace, it kind of resonated with this song, and I'm like, all right, I'm putting this bitch out because. So now that that is out the way, okay, just a little female rage for today. So I was creating the cover art and everything last night, and really was thinking about dropping maybe like 2 singles or maybe 3 singles, and then just doing the rest as like an EP. But we'll see. So let's get in. I really want to watch this other little clip. Oh yeah, he was basically saying how, like, with the dreads, and he was hiding his face, he was covering up who he truly was. And even on stage, he would like hide his face and hide who he truly was. You look down at the ground, not at the crowd. And he was just like, kind of feeling confined almost, in a way, is kind of what I got. Because he was shy. Six Black said that he was like really shy, and he had all of these self-limiting beliefs. I feel like a lot of us as humans wear these self-limiting beliefs that we can't do things, that we can't do something. We can see another human doing it, and we still think like, damn, I can't do that. When you literally see another human being doing it, we are way more capable of than like what we think. Just saying, and he was just saying like how he would basically like hide behind his hair, and he wouldn't give like eye contact or nothing like that, and it was a way for him to hide. He knew his potential. He knew that he could, dance on that stage really good and looking good while doing it. Okay, like he knew that he could be that version of himself that he's seen in his head, and the version of himself that was always there, but that he was hiding. Some people also like to hide their gifts, singing, acting, dancing, doing things with their hands, whatever that you do. Like, I've noticed that people like to kind of hide that. It's the thing that, it's the thing that they may feel is weird, but they like it with themselves, but they may feel like other people are going to judge them, or other people aren't going to see their vision or like hear their potential. And it's almost like they'll hide that and play their self down to make somebody else just keep shining and being great, or so that they, like, people will literally hide their light to not step on somebody else's light. It's like people will really dim their light to let other people shine, because they're afraid, first of all, of other people seeing that and attacking them. Self-limiting beliefs. You're not your thoughts. You can't believe every thought that you have about yourself. It's just not true. Okay? When God made you, he was not saying this about you, so you shouldn't either. People will really hide who they are and how amazing that their light is shining to survive in life, which is really sad as well. I can't fucking talk today for some reason. So what was I saying? Yeah, like out of fear of survival, people will like hide their hide their gifts or hide how truly talented that they are because they're afraid of getting, shot or like hurt because of it. Like people are very jealous nowadays. People are very envious nowadays. So if you do have a gift, I would obviously protect it. I feel like that's kind of obvious, but like protecting it, focusing on you, because when you're focusing on you, focusing on your gifts, leveling up for leveling up for yourself and for your family, nobody can come around you and nobody can burst your bubble, okay? And nobody can take something from you. Also, like writing music, beats and all of that. You got to be careful about who you're around. People are thick as thieves, man. People are thieves. They like to steal content. This is actually a thing right now. And today, like people in the industry, like linking music and all of that, like you got to be cautious of who you trust, because if you're going to be around people, you got to make sure that you're not being guided down the wrong path. You got to make sure that you're focusing on your gifts. You're focusing on creating that business. You're focusing on doing what you have to do. You cannot get distracted, and you cannot let the devil come in and steal what is yours. It's your precious baby. And a lot of musicians, that's their baby. Like they love their music, and we really get offended when when it's in somebody else's hands that's not going to take care of it or value it. So that's like a little side note. We go on those a lot here. Hi, I'm Lani. Nice to meet you. But yeah, I really just want to encourage anybody watching this right now. Step out of your comfort zone. 2025 is coming. Okay, do things that you never thought you would ever do in a million years. Start doing them and don't have an expectation behind it. Just do it. Okay, find something that you love and just start doing it. And I promise you, you are going to be very, very, very blessed, because how could God not bless you when you're doing something that you love? Okay, whatever that it may be, you don't have to be doing music like me. Okay, I'm just a musician. Whatever that it may be, God's like, do you really think that God wouldn't bless you? God's like, oh yeah, that person's believing in themselves, and they're believing in me, and they're being really consistent. This is a lifestyle for them. This is a habit for them. This person is on their grind. They really want to protect and provide for their family. They really want to protect and provide for the world. They really want to be a faithful and loyal servant. It's that simple. Okay. I don't know if everybody believes in God, because, there's some people that just don't, but I do. Okay. And I've seen it. I've heard it. I felt it, and nothing will take me away from that relationship. And that relationship is all in this channel, and it's all in my music. Okay. So we love the presence of God on Lani.All.Inclusive, period. But yeah, so I really hope that if you guys have some projects or whatever, post them. Link me, tag me. I would love to support. And then going back to that example with Six Black, he said after he cut his hair, he's running on stage. And he said he never felt like he would ever run on stage. Like he never felt like that before. But it's like, you ain't got no hair no more, so it's time for you to perform, act. Like you can't hide behind anything anymore. And I feel like a lot of us in society, we are all wearing a mask. We all have something that is shielding us and protecting us from love, and from love and getting our heart broke, from family and friends, and from certain jobs and certain things that they want to pursue, certain things that you want to pursue. It's like, no, we have got to drop the mask. It's time to just start being your true, most authentic self. If things were not working out for you in the past, it's because you weren't being your most authentic self. It's time to just be real and authentic. It's so cliche to say. It sounds easier said than done. And as I've got older, I'm 27, I just feel like, I only really started realizing this as I started getting older, actually, but I'm not hiding behind a facade, a persona. I'm being my true, most authentic self. And that's in any way, shape, and form, okay? I'm being myself. And it was so hard to finally get to this place where I feel like I can be me around people in general, because I really struggled with that. Like, it was really hard for me to find that authentic bone in me with this world that we live in, and comparing and just the competition and all of that. It was just hard for me to truly find this love for myself and to truly give a fuck about me, really. But when I started giving a fuck is when I started having this confidence. I started really believing in who I was and who God created me to be, and I really started pursuing a life that God would want me to live. That's why he brought me here. That's why he brought you here. He doesn't want us to be in our rooms all day. Okay, in a four-cornered room all day, crying over things that could have been. Okay, should have been. Things are the way that they are right now, and I also want to get into something really quick as well. Six Black was talking about this. Yeah, and it's really easy to kind of get stuck in that comfort zone of, wearing the mask and thinking that, hey, this is me now. This is, the mask I chose to wear today. This is me. No, it doesn't have to be like that. You can change at any point in time. You can change the vibration and the energy and the frequency of you. You can change. Okay? Nothing's ever permanent, and that's the beautiful thing about life. And that's what he was saying. It's just like, I had to cut the hair because I'm hiding behind the hair. I'm using the hair as a shield of protection. I'm shy. I'm too scared to look in your eyes. Like, I don't want to, and no, it just kind of, sometimes you have to kind of be forced kind of out there like that. Like, once you kind of cut your hair and you can't go back, you're forced to, go on stage to do that. So sometimes you might have to put yourself in a position where you are forcing yourself, and it's growing pains. It's not going to feel good. It's not going to feel good, but it's going to be good for you in the long run. And I'm trying to get you to understand that, like, that's not you, and it never was you. You were just wearing that limiting label of a mask. And, sometimes you have to kind of go inside and just heal yourself. Take time to be alone. I think I kind of touched on that earlier, but just like being by yourself, you can't always be around your friends and certain family. Like, you can't. Sometimes God will put you in an isolation period for you to kind of, get that practice on your own. And he kind of speaks about this on the podcast. He was speaking about how he kind of, was putting out, how he was kind of putting out this music, thinking that just because he wrote it out and he performed it and everybody in the world has heard it, and it's helping him and it's helping them. But he was kind of seeing just how, it was more so just helping them, because after he would get off stage, he would still feel like he's not fully healed yet. And you kind of have to take a step back, go within, and do that trauma work healing. I am still on that journey. I have got to heal from a lot of trauma. And, I really have to stay away from people right now, because people that are trying to come into my life, they're making it worse. They're making it 110 times worse, of the trauma that I'm trying to go through. And even when I try to explain it to them, they just discard me and brush it off, and they don't care. But I'm using that as an example. It's like, if you are an artist and you are trying to achieve, if you are trying to achieve greatness, the being alone isolation period doesn't mean that you're always depressed or sad or whatever. Like, it might feel like that, or you might have a day or two where you are feeling like that, but if you truly have God with you, God will uplift your spirits. Like, let it continue to feel like that, consistently. No, we all are going to have bad days, and we all are going to have good days. There's always going to be a balance. And, God has to put you in that kind of isolation period to kind of do the work on yourself, because you get triggered, like when you're not fully healed, you get triggered by outside influences, certain people. And people that come around, they may not even have bad intentions for you. They may actually really love you and they want the best for you, and they actually just might want to spend time. But whether they know it or not, if they truly do not have, like, if you guys have not truly had a full conversation on what you're going through, or like a full discussion, then this person may not even understand, and they may not even realize that they are triggering you. Even if a person does understand what you're going through, they may not even realize that they are kind of a harm in your healing process. So it's good to just kind of stay away and focus on yourself. And it's easier said than done. That is something easier said than done, because you always want to latch onto certain people and things of that nature. But, you really just have to focus on yourself. So on the last podcast, I came up with inclusive discussions with Lani. Okay, so very diverse conversations. You guys can ask me any question you would like on any topic, and I would love to kind of give you like my advice, some big sister advice. You guys can leave them in the description box below, and you guys can also leave them here in the comment section of YouTube as well. And I've already read it, so I know what she said, but it was very interesting. So like, I kind of not base like this whole podcast episode around it, but it was a good question. Is it bad to be like overly productive regarding music, being in the studio? And yes, this was such a good question, because like, just like I was saying, as far as if you were in the studio every day, okay, grinding, yes, that is so good to practice every day and to grind, but having that expectation, like, this song's going to be a hit, I have to be a perfectionist, I have to do everything right, like, that is so draining and challenging for you as an artist, because music is fun, it's flowing, it's not forced, So if you are basically abusing yourself, it's abuse. It's like forcing yourself in the studio every day, even if you have the energy, even if you have, like the creative ideas and you're inspired and you're in there every day, it becomes pressure, it becomes a challenge, it becomes abuse. In whatever that you do, less is more. Less is always going to be more. Okay? Yes, you can be practicing. Yes, you're putting in that effort. But as far as just your mindset, less is more. Less really is more. Okay? And you don't have to be draining your body every day going to the studio. That is how it could work, but you're going to be very exhausted, and it's not truly healthy, and it really is abusive. I mean, as an artist, you love music, but you also need a break. You also need to go, eat some food, watch some TV, escape the music reality for a little bit. Like, that's also very healthy and very good for an artist. Because also when you're very close up to things, like, you really can't see. And I know if you're listening and you are an artist specifically, you know what I'm saying. Like, I'll be in the studio sometimes, everything's loud, the finished product, it sounds so amazing. Then you get in the car and on a different speaker, something sounds off, or you're just hearing it at home and you're like, now I have to go back because that's not, like, that's how I am. That's how I think. And then you'll be wanting to go to the studio like the next day, but no, give yourself time, let your vocals rest, let your body rest, take time out and just kind of practice at home, whatever you're not getting right in the studio, or, fix whatever you got, or fix whatever that you got to fix at home. Because also as artists as well, we're all humans, we're all going through things, like I'm saying, like getting triggered around certain people. So it's like sometimes we're in the studio and we can't help but to be around other people because it's not ours. It's not ours to say, who can leave and who can stay. Maybe some studios are like that, but I feel like for the most part you should have, or they let you like, pick and choose, because you are paying for the session. May not be your studio, but you're paying for that studio's life, okay? It's just good to kind of go within, stay away from people, back away from people. It does not mean that you are depressed. It does not mean that you are being alienated from society. It does not mean that you are less than or anything of that nature. It doesn't mean that. It just means that if you are isolated right now in a point in your life, I feel like for artists and just in general for human beings, we are always forced in a self-isolation. So if you're listening and you've kind of been forced in a self-isolation, or you're just self-isolating naturally, you're being guided. You have all the time in the world to perfect your gifts, to perfect that dream and that goal that you really are wanting to achieve. You can start creating that game plan. It's all about a plan. It's all about a schedule. And it's just all about being very consistent with that schedule. Okay? And I promise you that you will get to the finish line. You will achieve the goals and create that desired dream life that you have always been wanting. Okay? It will manifest for you. But a lot of these topics today, I'm just wanting you guys to really just be who you truly are. And I'm growing and learning with you as well on this journey. And I feel it feels no better way than for us to just do it together, because nobody's perfect. What the absolute fuck? Because nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes, and we all can learn from them, and we all can grow from them. And I know that sounds very cliche to say, but it's the truth. I really want to give you guys a little sneak peek of this song that I created. And in next Sunday's video, I want to do like a breakdown of the song and like what it means to me. Or should I do it in this one? I don't know yet. Like I might go in more depth detail on Sunday, but I can give you like a rundown of what this song means. So the song is called Fake, and I recorded this song right before the new year, like January 31st or something like that. And I recorded it with this guy that I had met, and I don't actually speak to this guy anymore, but this song, like with music, I'm very spiritual. So like if I end up making a song with somebody like random, I may not even like know them. It was a song that was meant to be made, like just simply put. So I met this guy and I don't speak to him anymore, but we made the song. I had already wrote this song, like it was my idea, everything. And I had found a beat, and he just so happened to be in my life at that time. And we went to my studio, recorded it, and I love it. At this point, I felt like, and my family heard it, they were like, this is like one of the best songs you've ever did, and I've made a lot more ever since then. But that's how I was feeling. Like I remember that feeling like, damn, I'm getting better, Shawty's getting good. And this song is like, this song is a heartbreak song. This song is a sad song, but it's beautiful, and it's giving very soul. It's giving R&B. It's giving the vibes. It's giving maybe, I don't know. It's giving in your feels music, but I was in my feels when I made the song, and I'm kind of in my feels now. So that's why I'm wanting to post it, okay? Like I have to get this off my chest. And this is when I wasn't practicing, like training myself how to use grit. In my last episode, I was talking about that. So this is just like more strictly raspy Lani. And I love raspy Lani. but I really have been trying to figure out how to mix both, and it is possible. It is possible, but I'm just practicing and training right now. I definitely don't want to hurt my vocals and stuff like that. This song is about, a girl who is in love with this guy and he cheats on her with her best friend. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see if you guys like it. I plead the fifth, ain't got shit to say. I plead the fifth, ain't got shit to say. Talk shit behind my back, fake to my face. Discovering lies, you left a trace. But begging for me at the end of the day. I plead the fifth, ain't got shit to say. Talk shit behind my back, fake to my face. Discovering lies, you left a trace. But begging for me at the end of the day. I wear the pain on my sleeve. Yeah, I wear it permanently. It gives me the joy that I need. Yeah, unfortunately. So tell me, what did you guys think about that? I know it was like really short, but you guys, I just kind of wanted you guys to kind of get the gist of how the song was gonna be. And if you guys follow me on my TikTok, I will be posting a lot of little, short videos there with the song. So yeah, let me know in the comments. And I'm really excited to drop this, and I hope that you like it. I said on Sunday, on Sunday, I'll do like a full like synopsis breakdown of where I was at, how I was feeling, what was going on, and things of that nature. But yeah, I really love you guys, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. And I will see you in my next video on Lani.All.Inclusive. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified every time that I upload, and the subscribe button if you love me. Mwah, love you too. Get you guys to send me questions. I don't know if it's on Instagram or if it's just here in the YouTube comments or what. I'll figure it out. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.